Who knew that a dude named Seaman would be doing an update about an alabastron that I first learned about when I learned about it in the context of it being shaped something then other than a flask. So if you like this video, you can joke around about it and say you had fun with semen and the alabastron. With that in mind, if you want to do semen jokes, you have to do them with tact. Give me an example. And it's only with name substitution. Like if your name is Jones, you got to put my name in by your name. Like for example, if you were a captain, if you were a pilot, you would be Captain Jones, right? In the flight deck. Well, before the word flight deck was used, my cousin was Captain Seaman in the cockpit. Imagine being that guy. He changed his last name to his mother's maiden name, that Quitter. Okay. So with that in mind, we'll carry on with the actual information in this video. So you can look up alabastron, and you'll find out that they were around for a long time, you can see. And most of them are shaped like this, although some are shaped like a phallus, as we were told by Lady Babylon, which was then confirmed by, you can look around and see them all. Now, I have no idea if any of that salaciousness happened, and that's not the point of any of my videos, because I don't know, right? I'm just basically an ignoramutoid guy trying to figure some stuff out in my own, self-learning kind of fashion, you could say. So the watcher dude sent me a message, which any of you can watch, by the way, in my videos, that the ancient Greek word that most correlates with anoint is moritsu. So I started looking around, and I found that the word moritsu, the original word, was used as moorisai or moorisai in Mark 14:8. So the first thing I did was I took the word moorisai and I put it into the Perseus Greek word study tool to see what happens. And this is what happens. You put in moorisai, I think it's mori, like moritz, moorisai, and look what happens. It shows up as the original word. There you go. So we know the correlation, the language is quite consistent between the ancient Greek pharmacon or the ancient Greek lexicon, I guess you could say. Is that the right word? Whatever the word is. I'm not going to stop this video. Sorry. This is not my language of speak. If I was talking biochemistry and neuroscience, it would be much easier for me. So we know that moorisai is found in the Bible. So we're going to bring it right up right now and show you how this works. So here's the exact quote from Mark 14:3 and 8. And you can see moorisai again. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Perseus lexicon description of moorisai, morizo, and put it below the Bible quote. You can see here, AR is Aristophanes, and HDT is Herodotus. Now, I think I have another one coming up where I changed it to 425. That's because Aristophanes was born later than this, but it was middle of the 5th century. Okay, so here's what we know for sure. We know that if I put in moorisai into the ancient Greek lexicon, I come up with morizo. And we know that this word was used back in the 400 BCs. So we can see very clearly that the Bible is using language that is 100% consistent with the ancient Greek language and stories, myths. Now, how was the nard, remember the pure nard, very expensive, the pure spikenard, the muron, which is muritsud, how was it delivered to Jesus by the sinful woman? In an alabastron. So what are the odds that, here you can see I changed to 425 BC because Aristophanes is a little younger than Herodotus. What are the odds that 400 years after Aristophanes and Herodotus talked about delivering muron to be muritsud in an alabastron, the exact same language shows up 400 years later in the Bible itself, in the Jesus story that people think is somehow completely separate from the ancient Greek language. And we know that's bullshit because the correlation is perfect, and we know that what's taking place in the Bible is an ancient mystery religion based upon the fact that all these various ancient Greek gods are invoked by Jesus himself.